Anyway, let's get to this foundation report. Now, first off, I just want to say that this is awesome that the Algorand Foundation puts out these transparency reports. I haven't come across any other chain that does this yet. So I think I before we even dive into this, I just want to say this is awesome that Algorand does this, because I don't see a lot of other chains doing this. I think this is a really great thing. So let's look. So this is Q3, which makes sense. We just finished the first month of Q4. Top line, stablecoins. Stablecoins saw substantial growth, with the USDCA being a standout performer. It exceeded 110 million milestone and increased by 65% in Q2. Now we've seen it, I think it's like at 130 right now, by the way. So yeah, USDC growth has been huge. Monthly active users jumped up by 26%, and I think a lot of that had to do with the Coinbase Quest program, which our sponsor, Non-Fungible Domains, was involved in, as well as some other projects on Algorand. Basically, and you couldn't get it in the US, unfortunately, but of course. But every other country that it was involved in, basically you could. They'd start you with creating a wallet and then moving into DeFi and getting your own domain and all that good stuff. So. And what did we say? It's like 140,000 people that they brought into the Algorand ecosystem through that. So I think those are people that are going to go now buy. Like the way I explained it, here's how I explained it. It's like if you have a store, your first goal is to get a bunch of people to come into the store. Now, does that mean they necessarily bought something? No, but if you normally get 100 customers and you add 100 more customers into your store, like the odds that your sales are going to go up are pretty good, almost guaranteed. Like at least a few of those people are going to buy something. So the whole point is you got 140,000 people. It doesn't mean you have 140,000 buyers, but you have more potential buyers than you did before, right? So I have a newsletter, and I have a frugalbc.substack. You can go check that out. So I have that, but I also have a news newsletter, a local news newsletter, and when I get new free subscribers, those are potential paid subscribers down the road, and some of them, a certain percentage of them, will become paid subscribers. It's actually, for me, it's like 16%. So if I get more qualified customers, people that live in the area and are interested in the content, like it means more people are going to buy. So on top of that, a total of 1.3 million new accounts. Now, the important thing about that number is that it's not always new people. People start secondary or third accounts. Some people have a number of them, but generally speaking, that means you've added more people. It may not be 1.3 million people, but it's definitely going to be new people. ASA Gold become the fourth Algorand project added to DeFi Llama under real world assets, which grew by 16%. Okay. ASA Gold. So you can buy gold on Algorand. That's why I've been looking for that. Then there's stuff like Meld Gold, all that. I haven't even looked into that. And yeah, here's the Coinbase Quest, 101,000. I heard 141. That's weird. 3.2 million on-chain transactions, 99,000 new opt-ins to USDC on Algorand. That's big. That's very big. And yeah, that's actually still going on at the end of the. Oh, I see. It was still going on at the end of the quarter. So the 141 was like the total. This is just to the end of the quarter because it's only measuring that quarter.
Learn about crypto and get rewarded as you learn with Coinbase Learning Rewards. We've paid out over 100.
Ecosystem success. Sorry about that. This quarter, the ecosystem success team concentrated on preparing the ecosystem for the upcoming launch of staking rewards. The team also provided mini funding support to 2 projects in Q3 2024. Cosmic Champs funding supported the mainnet launch and Google Play Store integration. Exim Market funding backed the rewards program with CoinList, which launched in September. Startup programs. Oh yeah, the incubator. So I actually talked about this. I did a whole video on. I didn't do a video on it, I don't think. Did I talk about that yesterday? Well, I did a Twitter post on the ones that I thought were. Did they list them all? No, they didn't. There's like 14 startups. I had like 3 or 4 that I thought were really interesting. Maybe we'll look at that in a minute. But yeah, some really cool stuff coming through their startup program. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll see some new. One of the ones I really liked was like an NFT subscription service. Like that'd be great instead of like going through YouTube's channel membership. If I could have channel memberships through like something that's built on a membership platform that's built on Algorand, that'd be awesome. And something that's more like additive versus like, you guys might remember NifGen. If some of you were around a couple of years ago around Decipher time, there was a company that started up on Algorand called NifGen, and they were trying to like basically create their own video monetization platform so people could buy memberships and they could get rewards and NFTs and things like that. It was a good idea. I just don't think it was implemented very well. Mainly, they didn't really have a good plan to get their first customers. But I think this other one sounds better. Let's see. ParaWallet and ParaExplorer saw substantial growth, adding over 125,000 new downloads and 175,000 new wallet creations. Plus a bunch of updates, ParaDiscover version 2, which new stats, all that stuff in the front of your screen. Open source Android repository on GitHub, streamlined wallet tool for events, and project verification tool for Discover feature applications. You know what I really want them to work on is the history page is such, like, it just feels like you scroll and then it takes you right to the top for some reason. Like it's really hard to scroll through. Yeah, 6-day event in Nigeria. That's cool. 400 participates and a startup pitch track with 70 plus teams in India. Yeah, that's cool. Look at all the people with Algorand hats. Partnerships. So they talked about the Coinbase learning program, which we just talked about. Integrations with Nansen AI and Galaxy. Get a Galaxy. It's a decentralized super app built on Gravity Chain. Partnerships are always good. Yes, they don't move the market. I know. Quarter 3 2024, the BD team helped the following projects move onto the Algorand blockchain. ArchX, which is a tokenized Euro money market fund. Finbutech, it shows Algorand for their Marco track and trace solution. I don't know what that is. Does this help? Basically supply chain management. Okay. Track and trace for supply chains. That makes sense. And Z Settlement, I actually reached out to them and they were talking about, it sounded like they were interested in being on the show. Oh, I didn't follow them. I follow them now. It sounded like they were interested in being on the show, and then I just heard nothing, and like it just kind of died. So anyway, God, how many more of these are there? Okay, we're almost done. So CARE's Survival Wallet completed its technical development featuring decentralized identity. Beta testing in Florida entered its final phase. That's good to hear. And technical updates, we saw improvements to AlgoKit and Python unit testing updates. Several new capabilities were released in LoRa, the Explorer's Toolkit. An engineering team launched FNet, a public Algorand DevNet for testing and staking rewards. Yeah, I've been talking to one of the algo devs online, and we might have her come on and show us how to do some stuff on Algorand. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe it'd be really boring. I don't know. Anyway, you can see the full transparency report if you go to Algorand Foundation. They have a link to it. I'll probably dive into it at some point because there's usually stuff that maybe isn't as good that they don't highlight, but I think that's pretty interesting.